What's up, basketball fans? Today we're diving into some of the most inspiring stories in NBA history. Moments when players suffered horrifying injuries that looked like the end of their careers.
Probably hit the biggest shot in Cavs history. They're going up. Oh my goodness. Hayward
goes a little bit too fast for his own good. Nice contest, but a foul. Paul George.
No, Nurk knocked to the floor and a foul. Deal by Livingston after good defense by Mobley. No finish though by Shaw.
And a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee.
But somehow made miraculous comebacks.
I want to get back healthy 100% because I want to make sure this never happens again.
What has your recovery been like?
It was day by day. I wake up and I have to do this, and I will do it no matter what cost.
Definitely wasn't calm on the inside.
April 5th is my anniversary. Back to the game after breaking my leg.
These aren't just basketball stories, they're tales of resilience, determination, and grit. Let's jump in. Jusuf Nurkic. Let's start with Jusuf Nurkic, the Bosnian beast. If you remember the game against the Brooklyn Nets in March 2019, you probably still shudder at the thought of it. Nurkic went up for an offensive rebound in double overtime, and as he came down, his left leg buckled awkwardly.
Off the screen, swings to Mo, has a step, drives in on Carroll. Power drive, no. Followed by Nurk, no. Nurk knocked to the floor and a foul.
The result? A gruesome compound fracture of his left tibia and fibula. To make matters worse, the injury was so graphic that some of his teammates couldn't even look at it. The road to recovery was anything but easy. Breaking a bone is bad enough, but a compound fracture, where the bone actually breaks through the skin, requires not only surgery, but also a long rehab to ensure the area heals without infection. Nurkic worked tirelessly, spending countless hours in physical therapy to rebuild strength in his leg. Fast forward to July 2020, when he stepped back onto the court during the NBA bubble. Fans held their breath, but Nurkic looked like himself, grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, and showing off his signature toughness. It was proof that hard work and determination can conquer even the most horrific setbacks. Gordon Hayward. Now let's talk about Gordon Hayward. His injury is one of the most infamous in recent NBA history. It was the Celtics season opener in 2017 against the Cavaliers. Just 5 minutes into the game, Hayward went up for an alley-oop and collided with LeBron James mid-air. The way he landed on his left leg was nothing short of devastating. His ankle dislocated.
The biggest shot in Cavs history. They're going up. Oh my goodness. Hayward came down so hard. Okay, Hayward broke his leg. Hayward is broken.
And his tibia fractured. The sound alone was enough to silence the entire arena. An injury like Hayward's is brutal because it isn't just about fixing the bones. It's about restoring confidence. When a player lands awkwardly and suffers a dislocation, their muscle memory is essentially rewired to fear that same moment. It's a mental battle as much as a physical one. Hayward's recovery took time, and while he returned for the 2018-19 season, it was clear he needed time to regain his rhythm. Slowly but surely, he worked his way back to becoming a reliable scorer and playmaker. By the 2019-20 season, Hayward was back to averaging 17.5 points per game, proving that setbacks are temporary for those with the will to overcome them. Paul George. Paul George's injury wasn't just devastating, it was downright shocking. It happened during a Team USA scrimmage in 2014. PG went up to contest a layup, and as he came down, his right leg hit the stanchion. The result was a gruesome compound fracture that left his leg bent at an unnatural angle.
Goes a little bit too fast for his own good. Nice contest, but a foul. Paul George is...
Players on both teams immediately surrounded him in shock, and the gym felt silent. For George, the injury was a nightmare scenario. A compound fracture not only damages the bone, but often causes trauma to surrounding muscles and nerves. There were questions about whether he would ever regain the explosiveness that made him one of the best two-way players in the league. But George is a fighter. After surgery and months of rehab, he returned late in the 2014-15 season. It wasn't until the following year, though, that we saw glimpses of vintage PG. He worked relentlessly on his strength, mobility, and most importantly, his mental toughness. By 2016, George was back in all-star form, averaging 23 points per game and reminding everyone why he's one of the NBA's elite players. Shaun Livingston. Shaun Livingston's story is one of the most incredible comeback tales in sports history. If you haven't seen the clip of his injury from 2007, consider yourself lucky. Playing for the LA Clippers, Livingston went up for a layup on a fast break. When he came down, his left knee bent in a way it simply wasn't supposed to.
9th or 10th of March.
Well, they got 5 more coming. Sacramento, Portland, Seattle, Utah.
Steal by Livingston after good defense by Mobley. No finish though by Sean, and he's hurt. Left knee.
The damage was catastrophic. He tore his ACL, PCL, and MCL, dislocated his kneecap, and damaged his meniscus. Doctors even considered amputating his leg. For most players, an injury like this would have ended their career, but Shaun Livingston isn't most players. After 2 years of surgeries and grueling rehab, he finally made his way back to the league. It wasn't an easy road. He bounced around on multiple teams trying to find a role. Then in 2014, the Golden State Warriors took a chance on him, and the rest is history. Livingston reinvented himself as a savvy veteran and became a crucial part of the Warriors championship runs. He wasn't the same explosive player he once was, but his mid-range jumper, high basketball IQ, and leadership made him invaluable. His comeback is a testament to patience, perseverance, and the ability to adapt. Klay Thompson. And now let's talk about Klay Thompson. Klay's story is the most recent on this list, and it's also one of the most heartbreaking. In Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals against the Raptors, Klay tore his ACL while driving to the basket.
Thompson running the floor, and a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee, now writhing in pain.
The injury itself was tough, but the real heartbreak came during his rehab. Just as Klay was preparing to make his comeback, he tore his Achilles during a workout in November 2020. Let me put this into perspective. ACL tears are brutal. They require surgery to reconstruct the ligament, followed by a minimum of 6 to 9 months of rehab to rebuild strength and stability in the knee. But an Achilles tear? That's often career-ending. The Achilles is the strongest tendon in the body, and once it snaps, it takes over a year to fully heal. For Klay to suffer both injuries back-to-back was almost unthinkable. But Klay Thompson is a warrior, literally and figuratively. After 2 full seasons away from the game, Klay returned in January 2022 when he stepped on the court. It wasn't just a comeback, it was a moment of triumph. And the best part? Klay didn't just come back. He helped lead the Warriors to another championship that same year. His shooting, defense, and toughness reminded everyone why he's one of the greatest players of his generation. And there you have it, 5 NBA players who overcame devastating injuries to make incredible comebacks. These stories aren't just about basketball, they're about the human spirit and the power of perseverance. Whether it's Nurkic battling back from a broken leg, Paul George defying the odds, or Klay Thompson overcoming back-to-back injuries, these players showed us what it means to never give up. Let us know in the comments which of these comebacks inspired you the most, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more NBA content.